Knowing what to buy and when to buy is one of the most important things you can learn in War and Order. It's important to get the most out of what you spend, and that will be the focus of this series. I'm going to assume that the audience is the average spender who spends no more than around $200 a month. With $200 a month, you can be a very powerful player if you spend it well. Before we get started, if you're a fan of War and Order and content like this, click the like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know how you spend in the game. All right, so let's go ahead and get started.
Count up the loot, call up the troops. We coming through, we coming through.
Okay, in this part 1 of the series, I want to get all the basics out of the way. First, go ahead and get both benefit packs. The Supreme card gives you a total of 30,000 gems, 600 stamina, and 150 minutes of speed ups each month for $19.99. In addition to also reducing the amount of resources required to upgrade, it allows you to use a scheduling feature, which is great. And it also gives you all the saves of your Colossus setup, your artifact arrays, etc. It is the best spend in the game at $19.99 a month. I also, in addition, I always keep the value card enabled. I mainly do it for the 9,000 gems per month and the additional resources and upgrades and all of that. For $6.99, it is a real bargain. The next no-brainer spend I do is the Glittering Gems pack. It is $6.99 a week, and you get 8,400 gems. Now a bit on what you should not spend on. Never buy resources. You should always build farms for resources, and even farm with your main. Don't use the money that you're actually that you can actually spend on the game on resources. You need to save your money to spend on the more important things in the game. Also, never spend on Lord experience. This you can get via daily ruins, daily quest, growth quest, infinite rewards, star ruin shops, etc. Also, the merchant ship and the hot deals. You're going to end up spending a little bit of those gems you get from the other packs in that actual hot deals each weekend. But we'll talk about that later. All other spending you do in the game should revolve around your technology. Your technology is what will separate you from the rest of the players in your realm. And there are different ways you can actually get it. I'm going to go over my spending priority when I look at, the amount of funds that I'm actually going to spend within a given month and how I actually prioritize it. We'll get pretty deep in the weeds as far as specific packs and the days they're available and all of that in the further pieces, the parts of this series. But for now, I want to go over the priority of, what you should spend on when it comes to technology. Number 1, artifacts. Your artifacts take time. And if you try to do it the free route, it can be done. You may end up so far behind that you can't compete, for months and months and months. Focus on the limited packs. And this is going to be a reoccurring theme here. Those limited packs that we get, the daily pack, the weekly pack, the monthly pack, etc. Super important, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. Focus on those limited packs for artifacts, and the second and third tier level of those are some of the best cost per artifact that you can get. You can get it down to around $2 per fragment. That's about the best you can do. I recommend focusing on one artifact at a time. So you'll get other fragments just from conjuring and from some of the other free things in the game, right? But when you're actually spend on one fragment and one artifact at a time. Don't spend all over the place. Also, don't spend on Excalibur artifact fragments. You'll get these for free with the Monster Swarm event. Number 2, Beast. Honestly, I don't spend very much on the Beast. I get so much from event prizes and from the Infinite Wars and the Ruin Shop. I end up only getting the limited small packs, you know, maybe once a month, not very often. When I'm getting close to a new level of Beast, I'll spend a little bit just to put it over the edge. Okay, number 3, equipment materials. Like the Beast, I focus mainly on the lower blue material chests. These will give you the best, amount of material and the material quality that you can get for the dollar. So I stick to the lower, like the $4.99 or lower material chest. Equipment and chance. Equipment and chance is going to get its own video. This is one of the pricier things in the game. As getting it right, getting the right enchants for your setup is super critical. And with the random chance in the game, it could take hundreds, if not thousands of obsidian steel to get there. You should save your obsidian until you reach level 30, and then focus one piece at a time. We'll do a whole video, like I said, on enchantment soon. Number 5, Star Palace. I only buy the limited small packs here. Again, I do the daily quest every day in the Star Palace, in the Star Ruins. And I get the 10 chests on the Ruin Shop each week. If you start the game, from the very beginning doing that, you'll be able to accumulate a ton of star power and evolve your artifacts later on. Number 6, Colossus. Like the others, focus on shops to get as much of this as you can. Colossus gets more important as you get the Colossus level up to level 70 and above. But even then, focus on your artifacts and your equipment first. Those are the first two things. The 3 things are artifacts, beast, and equipment. Focus on those at first. Don't spend on the other things until you get those taken care of. Then you can worry about your Colossus. And then after Colossus, your emblems. You'll get this as you go. Like Colossus, it will be something that you actually get in the game. It'll become more important later on. College. There's, for your technology, there's no reason to spend here at all. Use the resources that you get from your farms to keep this always progressing and always moving up. So I want to quickly go over the limited shop that I've talked about a little bit here. The limited shop is the secondary shop. It'll usually say sale on the top right corner of your screen. Within there, it's divided up into daily, weekly, monthly, limited, and custom sections. Each one of those have their own specials. For example, the Glimmering Gems pack comes out in the weekly pack, so it's once a week. The daily, every single day, has different packs for sale. At the end of the day, the packs that were there in the daily the day before are completely gone until the next week, same day. In a follow-up video, I'll actually go over what comes out on each day and the cost, and whether I'll rate them, whether they're good or not so good to get. Another place to be aware of is the Hot Shop. So this shop is available on weekends. You actually spend your gems for everything here. This is a great place to get your Lord XP, to get some of your beast skills and your beast talent, and for some of your speed ups and other things that you wouldn't normally spend real money on. So this is a good place to use your gems. Okay guys, I hope you found this video useful. This is the first part of the spending guide series. Look for part 2 to come soon, where we will go over artifact spending in detail, where you get them, when you get them, and how much you should spend to maximize the amount of artifact fragments per dollar you spend. All right, so thank you and take care.